This episode of Stuck in Vermont is made possible by Hotel Vermont and Vermont Tourism.
Let's go find a spot.
Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days. My name's Ava Sahlberger, and we are here in Stowe Hollow for the opening day of deer rifle season here in Vermont, which will last for 16 days. And today I'm going out on my first hunting expedition ever with Tom Rogers from Vermont Fish and Wildlife.
We're ready to go.
All right, I'll follow you.
Yeah. So what you're looking for when you're out here hunting is basically anywhere it's obvious that game has moved. So in this case, you're looking for deer runways. Deer, like people, like to follow trails. So this is a game trail right here. This is where deer walk frequently back and forth. And the other big thing for rifle season, since we're targeting bucks today, is that you look for places of deer rubs. Deer drop-ins is a big one. And you're looking for signs of the deer, and you're kind of trying to go where the deer are. A nice open spot like this is kind of nice. Or maybe against that log over there. Let's check that over there. It is a strong tradition in Vermont. You know, even if you don't hunt yourself, you probably have a spouse or a coworker or a friend that hunts. So
in my high school, everyone got excited for deer season.
I've been hunting since I was 15 years old, and I'm 35 now.
It's tradition to go out on opening day.
It's really big, especially in my community. Like, it's basically like a holiday.
So the governor got a very nice, large-bodied 6-point buck this morning.
It's part of our heritage and our culture here in Vermont. It's something that a lot of us live for, and we were raised to do.
You know, we have 70 or 80,000 people that get out and hunt in Vermont every year. All private land in Vermont is open to hunting unless it's posted.
The ability to get a deer every year is very minimal. It's a lot harder than it looks.
Hunting is really important to the state because you can control wildlife populations through hunting, and it's a real tradition.
It's this huge economic boost at absolutely the perfect time in the state. And close to $300 million as an economic boost is a lot of money. You know, hunting and fishing license sales and taxes on hunting and fishing equipment go to support a lot of the conservation work in the state. The question a lot of people ask is, why do we need hunting? What purpose does it serve? For a lot of people, it's kind of a connection to the land and getting to know where their food comes from.
Seems like a way to experience nature and connect back to the land.
It's a necessity. It's a necessity to trim the herd down and to help maintain it.
So that you have a healthy deer population, one that's not overbrowsing and destroying the forest ecology. Hunting teaches young people, I think, where their food comes from is a big thing.
Responsibility is you take a good clean shot, you make a good clean kill, you take care of an animal. I think it instills integrity and character, respect, because you gotta have respect for people's property.
I think a lot of hunters understand non-hunters' aversion to hunting. You know, in the end, you are taking the life of an animal, and it's not something that hunters take lightly. I find that most hunters have a tremendous amount of respect for the animals that they're taking, that they try to absolutely minimize the suffering of the animal. And now we sit. One of the best aspects of hunting really is just getting the chance to sit quietly in the woods alone with your thoughts. It really is very meditative.
It's kind of zen, kind of get in the zone, and it's just me in the outdoors, which I really like.
I very much enjoy being out in the woods, and just because you sit there, it's quiet, it's peaceful.
Sitting's a lot of it. Sitting and waiting. It's a waiting game.
People for their first time hunting are sometimes surprised at how kind of, quiet and relaxed it is, and how little action there is some of the time, and I think that's what a lot of people like about it.
105, Jens?
105.
Any successful hunters have to check in their deer at the weigh station. You know, it allows them to help capture data on the animal, see the health of Vermont's deer herd.
We look at the wear of the teeth, and we can get a good estimate of what the age is. We had a lot of successful hunters. I believe we had 63 deer the first day and 3 bear.
I first congratulate them because that's important. And then we have to fill out a harvest report, which is for the state of Vermont.
The deer looked very healthy. We had a lot of happy hunters and a lot of stories.
I went hunting this morning. I was walking to my tree stand, and this deer was coming through the fields. Just waited for him, and he actually stopped, and that was it. Pulled the trigger, and he was done.
So I went out, set up, put some scent out. About 6:30, I heard a couple of leaves crunching and in came a 4-pointer. When I got an open shot, I took it and he went right down. And I was back in my car by 7:30 and showed up to work on time.
Last night we were out in our backyard and then a coyote came in, so I decided to shoot it because it was just a nuisance and I have never gotten a coyote. And about 2 hours later we had a deer come in. I decided that I'd shoot him, so we shot him and then we brought him back to the house and did all the dirty work.
People come into the way stations and, everybody's checking out each other's deer, and you get to see people, meet new people and meet new hunters and make all kinds of connections.
We just get a lot of people in here that you can tell usually if they've never gotten a deer before because they're really excited, and that's really cool to see.
But we're also gathering biological data, and it really helps us understand how the health of the herd is in certain areas of the state.
While they're weighing the deer, we ask permission, and then we take blood samples from the cavity of the deer, and we put it in little vials that are going to be sent to the Department of Health, and they're going to test for the EEE, Eastern Equine Encephalitis.
So, who taught you how to hunt?
My dad.
It's a tradition in Vermont, and people brought up that way. I spent a lot of years at deer camp with my father and uncles and so on and so forth.
I've been hunting with my dad since I was a kid. And he hunted with my grandfather.
Ever since I got my hunting license, my dad and I would go out. We have our spot we go to every year. Most people's grandparents grew up hunting to put food on the table because if they didn't have that food, if they didn't harvest a deer, then they wouldn't be eating as much throughout the winter and the spring.
There's an article that came out about hipsters who hunt. And apparently it's one of the new things to do among hipsters is to go out hunting, because what more free-range, local, organic, cruelty-free food can you get than hunted meat?
Shooting a deer 500 yards from my house, it doesn't get a whole lot more local than that.
So we usually have a freezer full of venison, which I really enjoy.
I'll have enough meat to get me to the next season, next year.
But we'll give part of it away to my parents, my aunts, my uncles. It doesn't go to waste, put it that way.
It's such a foodie state, and people are out there gardening and they're hunting, just have a really close connection to the land and a close connection to their food. And I think that's something that Vermonters really do value.
As expected, we didn't catch any deer, but I am okay with that. And we will get stuck around with you again real soon.
Those hipsters.
I know,
They
right?
gotta do all the cool stuff.
I know, exactly, right?
Hipsters raising chickens.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah.
The best thing about it now is we can text each other to keep busy, keep entertained while we're out there watching.
Because you can't make noise.
That's
so you
right.
can sit there and text.
So we just sit right there. It's like, do you see that? Oh, did you see that? It's like, yeah, I saw that. So it's all good.
Texting bonding.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hotel Vermont is personal, purposeful, and natural.
Rustic and modern.
Unique, independent, and unlike anything else.
It's fun, it's exciting, hip and relaxed. It's Vermont, it's Burlington.
Come down for a beer, come stay overnight. We'd love to see you.